Kenyan artisans say they are losing the market for their products to Chinese imports.
According to the craftsmen, the high quality and the lower prices of Chinese-made goods put them at a disadvantage. VOA's Victoria Amunga reports from Nairobi.
Jua kali, popularly known in Kenya as artisanal work such as tool making or textiles, has been a livelihood for over 7,000 craftsmen at this market for decades. Njoroge Masharia has been making these charcoal stoves, commonly known as jikos in Swahili, for 4 decades. He says imports from China have edged out his business.
Jikos from China are affecting us because we used to sell a lot before they started bringing them here. Now we don't sell as many as we used to. They are cheaper than ours, but those from China are not better than ours. Ours are really good.
National data show that Kenya spent nearly $4 billion on imports from China in 2021. Kenya sources a vast array of consumer and capital products from China while exporting $1.5 billion worth of goods to the Asian market.
6 pieces, 5,500.
Traders like Magdalene Vivi, who sells imported kitchenware, say customers demand modernized products like non-stick cooking pots, commonly known as sufuria in Swahili.
If you suggest the aluminium or the stainless steel ones, they'll just keep on asking for the non-stick sufurias. So that's why we prefer having the non-stick sufurias over the other ones that are locally produced in Kenya. Because for me, I've not seen any non-stick sufurias made in Kenya.
An African Union study on international trade finds that African continent is the largest market for Chinese goods. To some Kenyan consumers, a wide variety of the cheap products is their preference.
There's always variety. All the time you get new products and they have different types, and you don't get the same ones all the time. So every time you come, there's something new that has come up.
Economists say lack of strong automation and technology in Kenyan manufacturing is edging out most locally made products by craftsmen.
The Jua kali sector in Kenya has very much been human power driven rather than machine driven. And so you find that it inevitably means when things are made in China, they can be made in bulk, made by machine. While we compete, if you compare to this day, they still beat up those karais for cooking mandazis with hands. And for every hour they make one, a machine can make 1,000.
The Artisans Association told VOA that imports from China have made them completely lose the regional market.
Energy-saving jikos, which have got a liner, a clay liner, and they have just a metal, fabricated metal and a clay liner, and we used to produce a lot of it for the East African region. Today, there's a lot of influx of the same into the market.
Data from Kenya's Exports Promotion and Branding Agency show that South Africa is the only African country among the top 25 countries exporting to China. Kenyan authorities are banking on trade agreements to sell more to China.
There was a bilateral engagement in January, whereby some of the areas which were agreed upon and also a joint committees established was to basically to ask the question, how does the Chinese government and the Kenyan government work together to increase market access to Kenyan products, especially the agricultural products.
Tiku Sha is gaining from China's massive market. Sha exports up to 100 containers of frozen avocados annually to over 1.4 billion people.
Now we have avocados, but it's got to be very high quality, very big volume. And a lot of us are not ready for that scale of business. It's big business, it's big scale, it requires a lot of investment, and it requires very dedicated market focus.
China ranked 11th among Kenya's top export destinations and accounted for 2.3% of the total exports in 2020, according to national data. Although Kenyan artisans hope to regain their market, it's a long shot.